Yo, we back. This one's gonna be fun. Oh, I didn't even put on my microphone. So if you've been following along, you'll know that it's been my goal to post one video a week, every week here on YouTube. These vlogs have ranged from weekend trips to weekends at home to these kind of sit down chit chat type situations, etc., etc. And I've officially made it to the 2-month mark. So I just want to take a second to acknowledge that because that is a win in my book, and that was freaking hard. My intention for creating these vlogs in the first place was, one, to challenge myself with a project outside of the 9-to-5 grind, and two, to push the limits of my creativity and honestly just see what the heck I could make out of a few videos. Now that I've stuck to that goal of uploading a video every week and have reached the 2-month mark, I figured it makes sense to talk about where my current thinking is. I know a lot of you are going through similar things in terms of learning more about yourselves or challenging yourselves with cool creative projects. So maybe y'all can relate, maybe you can't, but let's get into it. Also, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm literally reading off a journal entry, so if you see me looking this way, that is why. Let's start off with thoughts on the creative pursuit. Now, I feel really icky coining it as creative pursuit as someone who isn't an artist by profession, or honestly isn't even good at one particular art form for that matter. But when I think of creative pursuit, I like to think of it as something that we do to allow us to feel fulfilled and allows us to express ourselves. So honestly, it isn't even a matter if you're really good at something. Creative pursuits, they become even more important the busier we get, because the busier we get, the less time we have to put towards ourselves. So the first real obstacle I faced was the fear of judgment. Yeah, at its first layer, it's fear of judgment from friends, from family, and it's also fear of judgment from strangers who don't even know me, and this is maybe how they know me. But at its core, I realized the biggest person I feared judgment from was myself. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. But it wasn't even that hard. Like, it's crazy how, like, once I posted that first video, posted the second video, spoke out to what I wanted to do, like, it became a lot easier over time. And it's crazy to think that I was like the biggest person holding myself back. Pretty cool in my book. So yeah, that was the first thing. And then on the topic of just being creative, when I think of creative people, I think of those people, those friends, or even those celebrities, whatever you see, who are just like undeniably artistic and creative. Like, they're putting out some of the coolest shit I've ever seen. And of course, when I started putting out these videos, it's hard not to compare yourself. But what was crazy is that when I started putting out these videos, those friends of mine that I really look up to turned out to be like my biggest supporters. And that meant the world to me. Like, I think it goes back to the understanding that we all have to start somewhere. And for people who are deep in it, they know how hard it is to take that first step. So I guess long story short, there's no point in comparing yourself. How cute is this Kuromi cup? Is it focusing? It's so freaking cute. She has a little cap. I gotta show you. It's not crazy. It's so freaking cute. Anyways, so let's move from thoughts on the creative pursuit on over to thoughts on vlogging specifically. So vlogging is a very specific medium for composing video. I'm making this too complicated, but let's just say I chose vlogging because I like to watch vlogs. I have a handful of creators who I watch somewhat frequently who post vlogs, and I love to watch their content because it feels like I'm just sitting down hanging out with the girls, or like catching up with someone who's going through something super relatable. So vlogs have always been interesting to me, hence why I was like, yo, let's try it out myself. So yeah, vlogging is great, but it's also really tough, so I'll be honest. Now that I'm 8 vlogs in, it has me thinking about how much I want to share about my personal life with the public. And then it also has me thinking about what else I can make outside of vlogs, because I don't want to confine myself to only making vlogs every week. It's really time consuming making that kind of commitment. Like, I'm shooting content Friday through Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday I edit, Thursday I post, and then it starts over again. I guess this leads to my plans moving forward. Cutting straight to the chase. I don't know what the heck I want to do moving forward. What I do know is that I really want to stretch my skill set outside of just vlogging to see what else I can make. So this means that I will no longer be doing weekly vlogs. Kind of sounds sad to say out loud, but because we're moving on to big things, okay? I won't stop altogether with vlogs. I'm thinking I'll do vlogs where and when it feels right. Like, I don't want to have to feel pressured to, you know, always be creating vlog specific content. As far as other projects I want to pursue, I don't really know. I really like talking to y'all in this journaling format, articulating my thoughts, hoping that some of y'all can relate. I really like capturing footage that tells a story. Like, even some of the shots where I'm just watering my plants, I feel like I could expand on that more. Or when my dad was washing his El Camino in my last vlog, like, I could have made that into its own little short. And like, my mind is just kind of like buzzing over different ways I can take this video. So we shall see. I'm considering hopping on the short form content train, but let's be clear, I'm not trying to be like a content creator with a ton of followers. I just want to create videos where I can look back and be like, damn, that shit's pretty cool. At its core, I think for now will be storytelling and self-expression. Those are 2 things that I really have loved about the vlogs I've put out. So yeah, if y'all want to follow along, make sure you subscribe and follow me on TikTok. I'm like kind of kidding, but not, so. And I don't know, if I could be any help to you watching this, if you're going through something similar, but let's preface that I'm not an expert. What I can say from, you know, these past few weeks, I think it just starts with holding yourself accountable to take that first step and not hold yourself to the commitment that you have to go down that lane forever. Like, I know in my head, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do 1 vlog every week to the end of the year. But like, you know, I stuck to that goal up until the point where I learned enough about myself to realize like, that's not actually for me, but let's go down this path. Like, I think the most important thing is just keeping up the pace no matter what direction you go in. Even though I'm not doing weekly vlogs anymore, I am holding myself accountable to leaning in to this journey of the creative pursuit. So yeah, I guess this makes this vlog the last vlog of the weekly vlog series. But it's been hella fun, and I'm really excited for whatever comes out of it. So shout out to y'all. Thanks for the love, and I'll see you next time. Bow.